Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 of interior details. So, we're cleaning, fix-ups, doesn't matter. Last time we did shift boot, all that stuff. I know it doesn't look like we did, and we cleaned the carpets, everything. That stuff does not stay very long, but like the steering wheel staying clean, the shift boot being nice and made, the seats looking good, the doors, door cards, and all that. Put up my speakers in there. Didn't show you guys that. It was more of a project of me just wanting to do it without having to film every step of it because it was kind of annoying and long. But, you know, we did all that for the last video. Now this time, doing some trunk stuff. Now, I already took off all this plastic, or this liner stuff, all that, because we got a lot of rust to fix back here. So, what I'm going to do for this is kind of just get like a wire wheel or angle grinder with a wire wheel attachment, or drill with a wire wheel, and then just get all this surface rust, all the paint, so then you can just see down to bare metal within like an inch or half an inch from where the rust is, especially since mine's like going through. That's like stuff I've poked out. I'm gonna want to go a lot further to make sure I can get all of it. Then I'll get some sheet metal, make a little plate, and then I'll tack it in and use some of that rust preventative paint that I have left over from doing my body work. So, but other than that, we're making a new floorboard, so it'll line all the way around, stop here where the battery is. I'll do something separate for that, and I'll go along here. I'm gonna use the factory bolt, the factory mounts, like this little thing here. I'll just kind of like drill into the wood like a little inset so that I have more room to put a bolt that'll stay flush, and then also like use like the rivets that we had before and put a riv nut into that, also into that one up there, or yeah, and then also use the bolt there. We're gonna tuck this wiring back. Thankfully, I still have that plastic trim that goes along here, so we're gonna install that back in again. It's really bright out, so sorry if the camera's like absolutely sucking at focusing. And then I'm just gonna make a plate that goes up to here, like just to this point that goes across, so it at least covers this whole wheel area. Then I'll have a separate like little handle that I can lift up so I can still get at my spare tire. But then, you know, it has like the separate boards and whatnot covering everywhere else. So it'll be really clean and nice. And then at some point, the reason why I'm leaving it only to here is because then I'm going to do speakers or some sort of sound system. Like, I don't know, I'm going to make some nice stuff that goes up there that won't be in this because I don't have money. And you know how that's like a huge factor in this stuff. So we're gonna leave that and then just make the board up to that line, and then also some walls that go over just off to here, because then we'll have strut mounts, so it'll connect there to there, and we don't want to have anything boarding up because then it'll block it and we won't be able to set those up unless we drill into it, or yeah. So I still do have the spare tire, by the way. That's why I'm trying to do it with like the latch. So gonna go ahead. I already made a cardboard template that kind of went around. Like I said, I completely forgot that I was gonna film this by the time I started doing that and started taking all this stuff apart. So my apologies, but this is just how I do things. I forget and then I film. So I'm gonna go ahead, do the liner for the floor. Just kind of use my cardboard template, which I'll show you, and then also use more cardboard to make templates for the walls that we'll be doing as well. Cardboard's so helpful in this. Like, I just kind of put it in. It was like folding up. I was like, okay, sweet. Punched it down. That's why it's like rippled. And then I just cut where the line started fitting. I shoved it as far against the wall as I wanted, and then boom. Now it fits. This is going to be a little bit shorter because you can see that's like the round part where it was like the weird slope up beside the strut tower. So it'll cut off here, but then this go out beside the battery. That's the line against the battery, and the stuff over on the other wall. So gonna go ahead and trace this onto a piece of wood. I'll take my pick from stuff over there and stuff in the barn over to the right, and yeah, then do the same with the cardboard template, which I'll show you like a little mock-up, I guess, on how you do this stuff. Now we're going a lot of back and forth here, but I don't care. Just kind of set it up. It's easier with two hands. You'll set it up. You see how it's doing that? We don't want to do that, so while it's staying, we'll like punch it, and then it'll like it'll bend, and we know, okay, so something's hitting there, and then we cut it. So like, punch there, boom, that's the strut tower. So then we know, oh, so our straight board's getting cut off there, and then we'll go, and then we'll cut up, and we'll slowly just bend it so that the wall will go up around and be straight up and down. It'll just be a flat wall. I don't know, ow. I don't know how to do, like, making it so it, like, morphs around the thing. So I'm just gonna have a straight board that goes along, up, stops out here, and goes straight up. Or maybe it'll go behind to, like, there or something, then it just goes straight up to hitting the roof. And then it'll go all the way back along here, just to block off, and then I might even add in, like, a little door to it, and then I'll have, like, oil and stuff stored in there. So then it prevents it from rolling around the trunk. So, I don't know. I'll show you guys if I decide to do that, but I'm just going to go ahead, mock up the wall on that side. Maybe make a wall for this side, but then if we have a wall with a door, then it'll be annoying to get the battery out. So I'm going to try to do something else where it's like, okay, don't damage or cut any of these two, because that's your structure. That's holding the car together, like the whole rear end, that's holding it up, as you can see. But I'm going to make some sort of box in here, because it's also too big of a battery for this car. It's supposed to be smaller, so I'll probably end up getting the smaller battery when I go to do that stuff. But for now, templates, cut on wood, and then I'll show you that your cardboard templates are not perfect, and you will still have to cut your wood more. Now, with that cardboard template that we made, I got a big old sheet of plywood, 4x8, because 4 quite literally just fits it, because that's how close it is on each side. So I got a 4x8 sheet of plywood. It's going to be plenty enough for everything I'm doing. It's also 3/8 thick, because it's just strong enough that I won't have to put any extra support underneath of it. And it'll also still hold stuff on top of it without breaking. So this is what we got, 4x8 sheet of plywood, 3/8 thick, and I got the cardboard template and I just traced all the way around. I already started cutting, and then I remembered I got a film. We just have to cut all the way around these edges. And then once I go to put it in the actual trunk, then I'll have to trim up some areas that don't fit perfectly. So you want to cut slightly larger than your line and tails so that you can make sure it's a perfect fit, because cardboard templates aren't perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead, finish cutting all the way around, leave a bit on the outsides and on this back here because I'm not perfectly sure if that fits or not, and then test fit it in the trunk, show you any areas that we messed up, and trim them a bit more. Okay, an extra little tidbit that I'll add into this video is how to remove this guy. I'm just going to show you the things you have to take off, because I didn't care to film, I guess. I don't know. I just wanted to get this thing off, and I didn't want to show you guys. Anyway, so remember how I showed you how to take the seats out? So take this back part off, rip it, just grab it, rip it up. Remove these plastic trims first. I didn't, so I kind of ruined some stuff. But so what you're going to want to do, steps. This trim, out of here. Remember not to lose those little rubber guys that go around there. Then you grab the seat, rip it on out of there. Then we get to go inside and fiddle with this guy. Now this fancy little device is what heats up these lines during the winter for your defog. So then it defrosts this window. You can see it on the other side there too. Don't know why they're different colors, but whatever. Probably like positive, negative. Now that sounds dumb. But you can see there's a clip there, clip, clip, and clip. So what you have to do first is there's the little lights on there. I'll find... Oh, actually, got one in our pouch of wisdom. Oh, I forgot to fix those guys. I'll do that eventually. You see this? This is our light. Oh, sits up there. Now with our light, if we look at the back, it plugs in at the bottom into this cable. This cable, yes. So it sits here. you pry the top off, it'll be sitting like this. Don't try and pry the bottom out, it won't work. Once you pry that top off, you pop it out, you just slide it, unplug the clip, toss it over. Doesn't matter, it's plastic, so it probably won't break. Don't actually throw it though, because you don't want to break your stuff. You want to have it all nice to put back together. And you just kind of, don't try to pull from here to rip this one out, because it'll start to fold the fabric there. You don't want to do that. So you want to try and like wedge your hand in here and then rip. You want to be aggressive. You can't go like slow, try to fit your screwdriver underneath to pry out. It won't do you nothing. So you want to go in, grab and rip stuff out. Once you get pulled off on this top and you can hear that clip go, this one, instead of having to pop it out, just pull up and then it will slide it out because it's kind of like on that angle. So if you pull up this direction, it'll kind of like pull towards you and up. It'll like slide that out and it'll make it easier. You don't have to take the trim off. I did because I thought I would have to, but you're all good. So then once you get this trim off, it kind of sits like on top here. You can kind of see it sits on that line there, so it'll make it really annoying to get this out. You don't have to. No, you do have to, sorry. Don't listen to me when I say you don't have to. Everything that I'm telling you, you have to. These little trim pieces here just sit underneath. It gives it structure for these little bumps from the fabric. So then all you really have to do is remove clips. So there's going to be a clip there, clip there, clip there, and clip over there. There's 4 clips you have to take out. So then once you have all those guys out, technically the fabric can come off, but there's going to be some stuff stopping you, like your headrests. So as you can see on the sides, there's little slots where the headrest goes in. So then there's little clips that go over top. I'll show you in a second, just to get out of my pocket. Oh, don't drop that. There we go. Got one. It kind of just slips over top. Oh, it wants to go inside. It's not supposed to go inside, but it'll try to, I guess. I don't have to show you, but it goes on. Then you put your screwdriver, because this, you can see where the big hump is, so it'll sit about like that. You'll have that little bit of room on the side there. You can either push it off from this side, you can jam, you can like lift it up a little bit, fit your screwdriver underneath, put it into this hole, and then smack the butt of it, and it goes pew. They do fly when you do that one. They'll fly regardless. But that one, it took me a little bit to find these little clips. So then once you get both off of this, you can just boop, pull the headrest off, set it on your roof. Other one, boop, set it on your roof. And then all you gotta do is take the seats back off like we showed in the last one. And then unbuckle your seat, like unbolt the seat belts from the bottom. So then you can slip them through the hole there. You will also have to take off some things. Actually, no, I thought you did. I took off like the speaker cover and that little plastic there. That's just where the backup, like the reverse light sits. You don't gotta do nothing with that. It doesn't come off with it. All you have to take off is this trim, square trim piece that goes around. You just pop your screwdriver. Actually, I think you pop the bottom out and then you can push it down. Or here, let's take a deep dive into it. So, as you can see, the different types of clips. These ones slip up. Those ones clip in. So what you don't want to do is shove your screwdriver in from the top and try and pry it off. What you want to do is get your screwdriver on the side of the bottom, or on the bottom if you can, then pop it out, and then it will slide down. That is how you're going to get that piece of plastic out, and you just slip it all through this hole after you unbolt those bottom. And then all you got to do really is just grab it and yank her on out. Now the reason I'm doing this is because it's purple. I don't want it to be purple. Same with those. I don't want those gray. Gonna do the same to the A-pillars there. You can see one falling off. And then the one on the other side there. I am gonna reline the roof at some point. But that's gonna be a full video on how to do your roof. This is kind of just gonna be added into my trunk video of doing the relining. So all we're gonna do is just kind of rip this fabric up. There's gonna be that weird foam stuff underneath. We'll pull that off too. Same with those. And then we'll kind of get a wire brush. I don't have one to show you. We'll just get a wire brush, scrape as much as we can to get it just down to the bare whatever material it is. And then we'll get some adhesive spray. And I'll show you guys how to lay it down on here while I do the sidewalls for the trunk as well. Because I'm going to have to do adhesive spray and lay all that down. So I'll show you how to do all that stuff once we come to it. But yeah, that's how you get that little top bit out of the trunk, and then you can do whatever you'd like with the foam. You can take all this foam out. I think I'm gonna leave it in just because I want some sound deadening, and that's gonna help with the rattling like metal rattling noises. And then yeah, also got this stuff done. I got it all put back together. It's just like there was the rust all along there, so I got an angle grinder wire disc all over. Then those holes, I realized they weren't that bad. The surface rust didn't go very far out. It was just that one tiny hole. So then what I did for that hole, at least, 'cause I didn't have to cut out a big chunk, I just tacked all the ones along it. And then that one, I just kind of cut out as much as I could, realized it wasn't bad, and then just had the rust primer that I used for the outside, and did that, and then used some of the old spray paint just to cover up the gray primer, make it look a little normal from far. And then I'll probably end up ordering all new water sealing at some point, just because this one's like really destroyed. And then also, while this was off, painted it, and got this reinstalled properly this time. It's nice and sturdy. Damn, it's a lot sturdier than I thought it was. That side's not, but like, damn. And yeah, then I'm gonna go ahead, do the lining, do the stuff for the wall, and then, not sure if I told you guys my plan, but I'm gonna have like a board, since the strut bar is gonna go across, I'll have it boarded with a sub, and then on this side I'll have the amp set up, but then I'll try my hardest to still have the trunk access from the back seat. I'll just make like a nice path going through, so it's a lot cleaner looking, and there's no bare metal. So I'll have to re-get that trim that goes around there. The one I had was broken, so it doesn't matter that I threw it away. But get some of that trim. It'll have like it'll just be like straight wall, and then sub on the side, and then nothing there, so that if I put stuff in the trunk, it doesn't get attached to any of that. Anyway, that's gonna be for a while because I don't got money for a sub. I'm trying to save as much as I can for this trip. But yeah, so that's gonna be the plan. It's gonna be sub, amp, cool, nice flooring, access to the back, and then just basic walled up, and board on the bottom for the spare tire. But we'll deal with that. All the main stuff another time. We're just gonna do the flooring, and then relining these. Okay, tearing these up actually turned out to be pretty simple. On this one, unfortunate, but also made it easier, is it cracked. Then it made a lift in the fabric, which I could get underneath. And then from there, you just start pulling, just ripping it off like this one. I kind of started it. I just put like a cut through, then cut here, or like trying to like shaved. Like, you know how you're carving and you're going like, I just did that, and then a slit here, and then it kind of popped up, and I put my knife under, just like pulled it up, and then I was able to just start pulling. See, you can see that there's the fabric, and there's this stuff, which is like the adhesive attached to the foam underneath. That is hard to pull up. That's what we're gonna have to deal with, but just getting this fabric off is an easy first step. Like, you can see it's literally just pull it all off. And then once you get to somewhere like that, just kind of like slowly work your way at getting it. You just got to be careful that it doesn't end up like this all over the place, and then it's hard to start again. So it'll be the same for this as it is for that, I'm pretty sure. If it isn't, then I'll recap you guys on how to pull that off. But if it's the same process of the same stuff, then I won't film it. So just going to continue doing all this, and then I don't know. I guess I'll also do the A-pillars for the front, but just going to do this stuff, and then I'll resume onto whatever step it is that's next. Okay, getting along with wrapping the actual pillars and the back seat bracket now. I'm pretty sure I showed you guys taking all that stuff out. I put a poll out on my Instagram wrapping that black one. There was like other options, like doing a random color, like what was the like the interior theme. I've kind of decided to go with black mainly, and then yellow for the accents. So when I do like with my doors, how I have the green straps for the door handles, I'm gonna switch those out for yellow ones because my steering wheel's also yellow. And then the interior lights, like those little guys, I'm gonna put yellow bulbs, or like tint them yellow with the tint that I already have maybe. It's just gonna be like a black with yellow theme, and then I'm thinking of going with the blue color for painting the car. So that's off topic. Anyhow, gonna wrap these with the leftover fabric I have from the doors because it's black and it's nice to have the material match for everything. Just picked up some cheap spray adhesive from Canadian Tire. 2 containers, 17 bucks each. It's pretty expensive still, $25 after tax, but, or probably more than that. Didn't really look, didn't care, because I needed it. So, I don't have enough camera storage to prop my phone up and film me doing the whole process, but essentially what we're gonna do, kind of get like chalk or Sharpie outline 2 inches all the way around from everything. This isn't the layout, I just took some pictures from my Instagram, and then I got off as much as I could. This stuff's like so stuck on, and it's like, this is going to be behind the back seats anyway, and then some of that stuff you're not going to see because it's going to be under these guys when they mount up. It blocks a lot of it anyway. So I'm going to go ahead, use spray adhesive, you just kind of spray an area, and then you push it over. Okay, I forgot to do a bunch of recording, but at least I'm back here now. So I did like, here, I'll show you guys what I did. So I laid it out so it was good, folded this half over, sprayed along this area, really thick, heavy layer, and then I laid just this flat section down. And then you want to slowly work your way, starting with these sharp corners, and then working your way out to these flat spots. Otherwise, you won't be able to get it tight enough. Like, I didn't get it fully tight there. It's kind of springy. But you want to go tight in the corner and then work your way up. For this area, if you cut like relief slits and everything, especially in here, it makes it a lot easier to stretch and get this out. So then you want to do that, do this full side, and then fold it over, spray, and then just slowly work your way up, like when we were doing the like the tinting stuff there for my headlights. You want to start in one spot and slowly work your way up so you can get any wrinkles and creases, and then all good. Put some of the trim pieces back in. I don't know where I put that, but then once you get that whole front layer done, I just kind of folded over as much as I could, sprayed it, forgot to trim this, and then I just kind of like sprayed it over and trimmed a bunch. When you get to sharp corners like this, you can kind of see that I cut there, and then I didn't do it for this side. Here, this side's a lot better. I kind of did cut, so I could fold things over, and that when I make sharp lines, there's going to be stuff like that. This is going to be under trim, so that's good. But around any corners or sharp bends, it's good to do relief cuts like that. And then I didn't want to put any extra fabric over top of these clips here, so I just cut it short, and then that stayed. Did have a crack go through here, so I sprayed some adhesive and put some extra felt on it. It works. I mean, it's not like very stable, but it works. And that's also going to be at like the way back corner, so you can kind of see it's a little messed up. That's okay. We chill. And then with the lights, I ended up getting that yellow tint I did for my headlights because I've decided on a theme. Not theme. That sounds dumb. I've just decided I'm gonna do like kind of black for main interior pieces, and then as many like accents or highlights that I can. I want to go with yellow, because then I'm gonna do a half cage in the car, so just like the back seat area, and then maybe the A-pillars in front of the driver. So like you're sitting, there's just like metal bar, and then over there metal bar. I'm gonna do that yellow, so that when I paint the car blue, it'll be like a full blue, yellow accents, and then full black interior. And then I'm gonna do kind of the same thing with my trunk with the strut bar, or the strut bar being painted yellow, and then some accents, and then the rest of the trunk just being full black. So got all this nice, beautifully done. Just gonna go back and install it. Remember, got to do this part, install the seat belts, the light, then you put those on, and then you plug in the lights, slip them into the holes, and then put your back seats and everything back together.